what's going on? I can hear you say, he's not in the garden. And indeed, I am not. I am somewhere different. Right next to me here is the Union Canal that runs from Edinburgh in the east to Falkirk in the west. And to give you some idea about where I am next to Linlithgow. So to my right is Linlithgow Golf Club, to be precise, the 17th hole. And over this way to my left is Linlithgow Leisure Centre. So for those of you who want to have a neb on Google Maps at where I am, have a look at where you get onto the canal next to the leisure centre, and that's right where I am. So what on earth am I doing here? Well, I'll come to that in just a minute. I'm going to clip you on to my shoulder strap here. We're going to have a walk along and we'll just have a little bit of a chat whilst I'm walking along about a few different things. So the way we're heading at the moment, if we kept on going this way, which is east, we would eventually end up right in the centre of Edinburgh. And if I keep walking this way, I'm just going to end up towards Linlithgow where the canal basin is. But if we have a wee look around where we are, this is what's going on everywhere around about here. This is a big Cala estate, so Cala, who build the big fancy houses, honestly everywhere around here, all the different areas, South Queensferry, Linlithgow, into Edinburgh, Cala are building these big, massive, expensive houses absolutely everywhere. So making our way along the canal, I thought we'd just stop here a wee second and just have a look around this way, because there's quite a nice view. So we've got the local high school there with the big AstroTurf sports pitch and the sort of green kind of stadium thing you might just be able to see. In the distance there is the home ground of our local football team, Linlithgow Rose, who are currently playing. You can go and buy a ticket like all the people down there, or you can just stand on the canal and watch from up here, like me. But obviously you want to go and spend a couple of quid and, you know, support your local sports teams and not watch these things for free. But while we're having a bit of a wander along here, along the Union Canal, so this was originally built, I mean, many years ago, and it was designed to bring things from Falkirk all the way into Edinburgh, mainly materials, things like coal and whatnot. But since obviously the evolution of the railways, it sort of ceased being a commercial canal, shall we call it, and now it's very much used by leisure craft. You can hire narrow boats and little boats and things like that all the way up and down the canal and drive them around and about on your holidays and whatnot. And all the way the other way, actually, behind us there in the west, if you go out towards Falkirk, which is a beautiful walk, by the way, over the Avon Aqueduct, which is absolutely fab. And if you like this sort of video, I might head out that way one time. If you like it, if you want to see it that way, you eventually get to one of the marvels of modern engineering, which is the Falkirk wheel, which is absolutely wonderful. What a piece of kit, what a bit of engineering. Anyway, I'm going to wander along here a little bit more, and I'll pop the camera back on when there's something a little bit more interesting. And just a little bit further up here on the other side of the canal, you can maybe just see in front of the bridge there, we'll have a little bit of a nosy when we get a little bit closer. There's a big sort of fancy housing estate, loads of houses called Rivals Green round here, and they're filming over there at the moment the brand new Colin Firth TV series. I don't think you can see much from where I am here on this side of the canal, but it's going to be a new drama all about the Lockerbie disaster. He's playing a character called Jim Swire, who apparently was involved in it and lived in one of these houses over here, which is why they're filming that new drama over in this part of the town. I walk down here quite a lot and I keep an eye out, but I've never seen Colin Firth yet. I've heard rumours that he's over there in the bushes somewhere hiding, but I've not quite managed to spot him just yet. Just as we're not far from the end of our journey here today, walk along towards the canal basin, which isn't too far up ahead. Just up here on my left hand side by this black box you can see, if I just have a little turn around here, and if you look over there in the distance, you might be able to see, you might not, I'll try and zoom in the entrance, so sort of between the building and the tree, you might be able to see it there, is Linlithgow Palace and St Michael's Kirk. Let me just move a little bit further down and you might be able to see that the kirk is getting a brand new spire put on top of it, so that'll be something really amazing to see once that's done. So we'll keep on walking down here, but I think this is just about the end of this part of the video for today done. But please do let me know in the comments down below if you've liked this style of video. Obviously this is my first time doing it, it's going to be a bit rough and ready. They'll get better as it goes on. But if you like this style of video, if you want to see more of this, if you want to see this sort of video by itself, sort of standalone, or if you want to see it like I'm going to do today, where I'm going to go up to the allotment after this, do a bit of mix and match in the video. Please let me know in the comments down below. Give me the thumbs up if you like it. Let me know what's going on, because all these videos are, after all, for you. And speaking of the allotment, in the blink of an eye, you will see me over at the allotment. And as if by magic, we are here at the allotment. And there's a couple of things I want to show you, and there's one job I'm going to get on with the pea and bean frames over there. You might have seen they took a bit of a battering over the winter there with some of the storms and whatnot we've had, but got a bit of an idea about what to do. So just to the side of you there, what you can see over this sort of way is the pea and bean frames that we did a bit of work on a couple of weeks ago, and I've tried quite a lot of different materials and solutions and things over the years to try and kind of make this work, and none of them have really worked all that well. I've had some problems with stuff that's been too closely knitted and it's blown away in the wind, or stuff that's too light, like the fruit netting stuff that we tried, and it was rubbish and it just got destroyed. I've tried twine, it doesn't last long enough and it just gets destroyed. Now I did have a perfect answer, and let me go and get it from over here. And this is ideally what I would like to use all over it, this sort of stuff here, and it's brilliant and it is just the job, but I don't have a lot of it. It would be marvellous, but you know what? It is so expensive to buy these days. I've looked on Amazon, I've looked on eBay, I've looked in B&M, all those sorts of places, and it is expensive. So these are 2 meters wide, 2 meters-ish high. Obviously they're dug into the ground a bit, so not quite 2 meters in height. And to do that, I'm probably looking about 40, 50 quid just to put some plastic stuff over these frames. Now, maybe it's even more thinking about it now, but I've got a different solution. We've got this is paracord, and I use it in the polytunnel over there for stringing the tomatoes up, the cucumbers up, stuff like that, and it's brilliant. It's absolutely marvellous. It lasts 100 times better than twine, because the twine doesn't stand up to the weather very well, and you know, it'd be dead easy, that green mesh sort of stuff there, dead easy to put that on. It'd be really quick and easy job, a couple of cable ties and it's on and it's done. You know, I guess the cost here is my time. It's going to take me a bit of time to tie all of this across here, but what we do have is we're adding a little bit of colour to the garden. So we've got purple, we've got green, and I think that'll look absolutely smashing together. So I think this is 100 meters, and it was off Amazon, and it cost me, it was about a tenner, I think, about 10 pounds thereabouts for 100 meters, which doesn't seem too bad. Now, depending on how much of it I use, depends how many sort of rows I need to put on to fill it up. I don't know. Will I use one roll, or will I need 2 rolls? We'll have to wait and see. And I'm not doing a very good job. I'm trying to be too tight. I left it a bit short at the bottom there, and let me just get that tied up properly, and we'll get the first one tied up, and let me just measure it along. And I think, just looking at it now, how sort of bright this purple colour is here, I think this is going to look brilliant once it's done. So I'll just do one of these, by the way, just to show you what it's going to look like to start with and how I'm doing it. So I've just tied it off at the bottom there with a reef knot, remembering my sort of days in the beavers and the cubs and a very short stay in the Scouts. I didn't last in the Scouts very long. I didn't enjoy it very much, but I did enjoy beavers and cubs. That was pretty good. And we'll just wrap it around there a couple of times, and again we'll tie it off. And I want it to be tense, but not too tense, so that it's pulling the frame too tight, because I don't think that would go too well. Let's tie that round there, tie it off. Jobs are good. Now the only thing is, I've now got to do this about another, I don't know what, 20 times up there, and nobody needs to see that. So I'll do that now. I think this will be quite therapeutic. I'll have a shot at doing that, and I'll bring you back and we'll have a look and see how it looks. And there we have it. One job off the list and done. And hopefully you can see it all right on the camera down here. I've maybe used, I don't know, half a roll, maybe I reckon just a bit less than half a roll. So we'll have to buy another roll to do the other one. Oh, I'm thinking I might actually buy some of the green sort of gridded plastic stuff I showed you before. Bit of an experiment. We'll do this frame with the paracord, the other one with the plastic. We'll see which one lasts the best when it's left out over winter, which one weathers well. But what I do like about it, I do actually like the colour. A bit of purple, I showed you before, the rhubarb. There's a bit of life in the allotment at the moment. The sun's just starting to come through over there. It is lovely. I like the way the purple looks on the green. It's all strung up. It took me about, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour. The first couple down low were a bit awkward, but then I got into a bit of a sort of swing of it as I got up here. And obviously when I'm standing up doing the job, it was 10 times easier. So that is all done, ready for me to grow the most beautiful peas you have ever seen up this over the summer. And if you're wondering what it is I've used, here you go. Look, there's a little thing there. Look, there you are. Savage Island. 3mm paracord, 100 metres, comes in all sorts of different colours, black, green, blue, pink, orange, purple, yellow, whatever you want. You can get in that colour. Like I say, it was about £10 for that whole roll. I mean, I got off Amazon, 3mm paracord. Would I jump out of a plane with a parachute on using this? No, I probably wouldn't. Would I grow my peas up it in the summer? Yes, I probably would. It's going to do just the job. I guess the key is it going to hold up over winter? My theory is, not like that really tightly wound black mesh plastic stuff we used to have, and that the air's going to get through here. You can see there's obviously plenty of gaps between the different strings there. It's kind of like the wind. The wind comes from that direction over there, and it generally comes across this way. So hopefully all the air in the bad weather over the winter and stuff like that, it's just going to come through here, and it's not going to knock this frame over yet again. And hopefully when you see me next spring or next sort of early next year, you won't see me having to fix these frames again. They'll all be in one piece with beautiful paracord all over them. Last job on today's list is to just give this bed a bit of a hone over. Not the most exciting, but I did want to show you something. So if you watched this channel for a while, you know I'm a big fan of the Wolfgarten tools, where you just have the one handle and you put all the different attachments on the end of it. Because I've only got a 6x4 shed, that's all allowed on the site. It's why the polytunnels get stuff dumped in it over the winter. I don't have a lot of storage space, but we use two different types of hoe. We've got your traditional Dutch hoe, and we've got this one here, which is the Swow. The Swow is one I use more over the summer sort of time. It's got a really sharp blade on it, going backwards and forwards, and it's great for chopping up big, thick weeds. But today we will use our friend, the traditional Dutch hoe. And I've seen lots of chat over the years about, oh, which way do you hoe? Do you hoe backwards? Do you hoe forwards? And I think it was a Charles Dowden video. I think there was Charlie Dowden, and one of the guys he works with did a whole thing about this on his video, that some people like to do this and they hoe forward, sort of lifting it up. And if, like me, we switch it around here, you like to do this sort of sliding motion and work your way backwards. Now, I don't know if there's any pros and cons to doing each one in particular. I don't know if one's more efficient, one's more effective, whether it's just a personal preference sort of thing. I don't know. Does anybody out there know? Let me know in the comments. Which way do you hoe? Do you hoe backwards? Do you hoe forwards? And why do you hoe backwards, or why do you hoe forwards? Is there a particular reason for it? Do you find one works better than the other? Is it more efficient? No. But like I was saying earlier on, all I'm doing here is, this time of year, sort of late winter, heading towards spring, temperatures are getting up. We just need to get those first signs of little weeds disturbed, get their roots up, get them chopped in half, stop them getting set in here over the winter, over the summer even, because I've got big plans for this bed. It's going to be something a little bit different. So we had squash in here last year and it grew brilliantly. Different plan this year, and I'm quite excited. If it works, it'll be brilliant. If it doesn't work, it'll be rubbish, but you'll have to come back and have a look. Anyway, that's me done for today. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.